And if that is the case, if we see below any piece of debris that might be have some potential for coming in contact with us. So that helps us keep us safe and definitely gives us peace of mind being up here.
Hi, my name is Kendall, and my question is, what was your favorite part of the training that you had to go through to get into space?
That's a hard question, Kendall, because all of our training was super fun. I think one of the most rewarding parts of our training is our spacewalk training. So we train for what we call EVAs, or extravehicular activities. So that's when we get to go outside and do spacewalks. And so how we train for that is we have a giant pool out in Houston, Texas. It's called the Neutral Buoyancy Laboratory. And in this pool are large mock-ups of each of the outsides of the modules of the space station. And so we put on our spacesuits, our EMUs, and go down into the water. It is about 40 feet deep that we go down, and that is where we can learn and practice moving around outside the space station, doing the maintenance that's necessary outside. So that was a really awesome part of our training, but we also thoroughly enjoy all of it, getting to train on our SpaceX Dragon, which is the launch vehicle that got us here and will get us home. Training with that team in Hawthorne at SpaceX was super fun, as well as getting to train with our international partners, getting to do a bit of international travel to learn about the different modules like this one. I'm in the Columbus module, which is the European Space Agency module. So our training is very varied. There's a lot to do, a lot to get done, but it's super fun.
Hi, my name is Cash, and my question is, how would glue react in a microgravity environment?
Yeah, so believe it or not, we actually have quite a bit of glue up here, hidden in plain sight. So we have lots of materials, lots of equipment that is made with glue, or glue's involved in the process of manufacturing it, and then it gets sent up here. So that we rarely, I think, actually use glue to fix things, though we could, but we certainly. Glue is up here and kind of around us everywhere. So once it is adhered to a surface, the adhesion force of the glue is strong enough that it will not have an effect up here in microgravity. But certainly if we were to squeeze a glue bottle, like a little Elmer's glue bottle, we would have to be ready, because we would definitely see the droplets kind of go everywhere, and then it would stick to the walls and everything. So we would have to be on our toes.
Hi, my name is Sebastian. What has been your favorite experience while on the International Space Station?
Another tough question, because everything about being on the International Space Station is awesome. But for me, I am a geologist by training, and so for me, being able to look out the window and seeing the Earth, especially from this perspective, being able to see places where I've done field work, I've studied from on the ground, being able to see them from up here, from the vantage point of the ISS, is just absolutely awesome. The Earth is so beautiful, and the surprise for me was that the moon is also gorgeous, and sometimes even steals the show.
Hi, my name is Jonathan. My question is, what is the most challenging daily task on the International Space Station?
I think honestly, probably the most challenging tasks sometimes can just be your average everyday pieces of life. Of course, after being up here for a long period of time, we definitely get used to it. But when we first arrived, even just things like preparing and eating dinner can be a real challenge. Learning how to manage 7 different small bags of food that are all floating, and food is floating out of the bag, and how do you keep that all together around the table, things like that. Learning just even how to get around without crashing into everything and crashing into your friends. Learning those kind of basics all over again is definitely a challenge when we first arrived.
Hi, my name is Allison. My question is, what is the most difficult thing you had to overcome during training?
I think the most difficult part of training was not any one particular aspect necessarily, but just the combination of all of the different things that we had to learn and show proficiency in during training. So just kind of the whole totality of training and just the diversity of the different aspects of training. So on any given day, you could have 7 different activities that were learning how to use the robotic arm during 1 hour, and then the next hour you are flying a T-38 jet, which is what we use to get some especially work on our crew resource management is what we call it. And then the next minute we could be learning how to conduct a scientific experiment up here. So just kind of keeping all of those juggling all of those different aspects of training all at once was maybe the most difficult.
Hi, my name is Nathan. How does inertia feel?
Yeah, well, I should be asking you the same question because I guarantee that you have felt inertia as well. But it definitely is different up here on the ISS. It's certainly true that when you, as I was talking about with the balloons, as soon as you let go of something or even this microphone, it's going to continue moving until I input a different force on it. And so learning that about different objects is definitely a learning curve. I've definitely lost a few items up here. You look away for 1 second and it's gone. So definitely inertia it can be your friend if you can wield it properly, but it can also get the best of you if you're not careful.
Hi, my name is Will, and I would like to know how you keep time on the International Space Station.
Yeah, so we actually are on Greenwich Mean Time, and so that is actually, I believe, 4 hours off of Kentucky time, and so that is the time zone that we essentially elected to use up here, and that is the time that the ground team uses to help keep us in line, keep us on schedule, and all in sync on our timelines.
Hello, my name is Kelsey, and my question is, what is the most challenging part of adapting to microgravity?
Yeah, so I think there are a few aspects to it. One, I've kind of touched on the idea of kind of remapping your brain to be able to use all surfaces around you, both the floor, the ceiling, and the walls as free game. That's definitely a process that happens while we're up here. The other part of adapting to microgravity is kind of happening a little bit more without us knowing. So we know based on scientific studies and previous spaceflight that while we are up here, our bones and muscle strength and health can deteriorate just as a result of being in this environment and being without gravity. And so while we're up here, we participate in what are called countermeasures. So effectively just exercising, getting good cardio activity as well as weightlifting, getting some actual weight on our backs, and that is to help counteract this bone loss potential. And so if we were not engaging in that activity, that would definitely be something that is happening to our bodies as a result of being in microgravity. And so doing all of the exercise that we do is a means of adapting to this environment so that when we get back, we are nice and strong, our bones are not brittle, and we are ready to hit the ground running.
Hello, this is State Senator Brandon Smith. I want to give a special thank you to the astronaut and crew that made today's event so successful, but it wouldn't have happened without the Challenger Learning Center of Kentucky. This is the true winning team for all of us. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for your time today. It was great speaking with you.
Station, this is Houston ACR. Thank you. That concludes our event.
Thank you to all participants. Station, we are now resuming operational audio communications.